Hi, from my screen to yours, my name is Sammy, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my favorite actresses and a few that I don't gravitate towards. There's a lot of really great actresses that I really love. Occasionally I'll just search up their names and see if they're in any upcoming projects. I'm gonna talk about them in a vague order of the ones that I like but the least to some of my faves, and then after that I'll go into just a couple that I have some sort of gripe with. We're starting off a little controversial, but we're gonna start with Hwang Jung-eun. I'm starting off with her because I really liked her when I first started watching dramas, basically when I was in like elementary and high school, which I think was her peak, I would say. If you saw my favorite drama of every year video, her dramas were actually in 3 of my annual picks. I just really liked her, and I first saw her in High Kick 2, which is one of the earliest K-dramas I ever watched, as well as one of my favorite. And the reason I really liked that drama was because of her and Daniel Choi as a couple, among other reasons, but that was one of my favorite things. So that's what really sparked my love for her. Recent years, she's still been acting, but she's had some real life scandals. I don't know the details. Lately, in recent years, I just haven't really been as interested, but I thought I would mention her. And then we'll just keep going with the controversial picks because my second one is Seo Ye-ji, who hasn't acted in a few years due to this scandal that went on I'm not going to talk about. I've only seen 2 of her dramas actually, but I really loved It's Okay to Not Be Okay. It's one of my favorite K-dramas, and both the leads have scandals, but the drama itself is really good. And honestly, I just think she's really hot. But if she does have something new in the future, I'll probably at least check it out. Shin Seol-gi, who's pretty new. She was famous from Singles Inferno, which is how most people first knew of her. I saw her in Pyramid Game. I was surprised by how good her acting was, so I've definitely been kind of keeping an eye out on her. I'm not watching her newest drama because she's not the lead anyway. I would love to see her in a lead role, and I definitely think that'll probably happen for her very soon. Next up, we have Yang Hae-ji. I've seen a couple of her dramas. I don't know if she's ever been in a lead role, or at least all the ones that I've seen her in, she's one of the supporting characters. I always like her characters, or all the ones I've seen so far, and I don't have a specific reason necessarily, but she plays sort of, and most of the time at least, sort of like a little rebellious, like kind of just does whatever, says whatever kind of vibe, except her character in Live On. I still liked her character in that. Don't really know what she has coming up. I would love to see her in a main role one day, hopefully, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'm still gonna watch her as supporting characters. And next up, we have Yubi. I've seen quite a lot of her dramas. All of these actresses I personally think are really pretty, like they're my type, like I like looking at them, you know? So obviously they have to be like good at acting and stuff, but that's definitely another big reason why I gravitate towards these actresses, because they're just my type, you know? Most of these dramas of hers are from a few years ago. I know she was in this one drama that also has Hwang Jung-eun. I just wasn't interested in the plot. I did watch a lot of the clips of her in the show though. Next up, we have 2 idol/actresses. The first one I'll talk about is Suzy. I've been watching her as an actress since I think this is her first role, Dream High. I've seen her in a lot of different roles, and she's a great actress. Yeah, I've seen her in a range of different characters, and I think she's been good in all of them. I didn't finish Anna or Tuna. I watched, I think, most of the episodes, at least half of both of them. I think Anna was like giving me anxiety, and then Tuna, I think I didn't like the ending was gonna go, so I just dropped it. I had maybe like 1 episode left. The second idol/actress is Yuri. I first saw her in Produce, which is how she got to debut as an idol. She was always my favorite. She was always successful from being able to debut and then becoming a solo artist and then now becoming an actress. I think now she's definitely most known globally as an actress since she starred in Squid Game. I think her talents as an actress have been recognizable since she starred as like a cameo where she like swore her. I think that left a big impact on people because, you know, she's like a cute, pretty idol, but she can convincingly act as this very rebellious teenager. So definitely left an impact on me, at least. I think she's proven herself to be a really diverse actress, and I am definitely curious what she does in the future. I would love to see her in like a romance one day. I feel like it's just a matter of time. I think eventually she'll do a romance, you know. When that happens, I'm tuning in. Next, we have the last 3 of my favorite K-drama actresses or actresses in the Korean industry. No real specific order. I love all of these women, but we'll start off with Kim Taeri. I've seen in 3 of her dramas. I think she also does a bunch of movies. I actually saw her first in, I believe, The Handmaiden. Something about her, I mean, she's obviously really great actress, and she's done a lot of different types of roles. Like, she was very lovable in 25-21, but she's also done very mature roles like Mr. Sunshine, so definitely a wide range. She can do it all. Yeah, I'm always curious to see what she does next. Second last Korean actress is Park Ju-yeon. I first saw in the Netflix drama Extracurricular from a few years back, and I think that drama got her, I feel like it got her awards, gave her a lot of recognition. I think a lot of people would have agreed that she was the standout of that drama. Yeah, her performance was super strong, and that drama, it's dark, it's just unique, and I think not everyone could have portrayed that character. Yeah, I think she's very captivating on screen. I've seen her in a couple of her dramas. Also in real life, I've seen her in clips from variety shows and stuff, and she seems super chill. Like, definitely that meme right now. She's like, Tetonyo. But anyways, yeah, super chill, super down to earth, but regardless, just talking about her acting career, yeah, I think she's set. Now, last up, we have Han Ji-yeon, who I first saw in Penthouse. I loved her in Penthouse as the villain. She was so just evil. She was so evil, but so just great in that role. And since then, I've seen her as a protagonist, as a good person. I did mean to watch, I think it was Face Me or something, but I just never got around to it. I know she's been in a few movies recently, and I definitely want to watch those for her as well. I think in the future, I want to see her in more romance because, I don't know, I think I've just been into romance. Seeing her again play a villain would also be really interesting and fun. Bring back that, I can't remember her name, in Penthouse. To see some of that energy again, that would be really fun. Honestly, any of these actresses, obviously most of the time I see them as the protagonist role or as a good side character, but seeing any of them play a villain would be really interesting and probably a bit more of a challenge. Last 2 actresses that I want to mention are Chinese actresses, and the first one is Jingyi. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly because I have the pinging out. I've seen her in Legend of Shanghai and then Reborn, which I watched back to back this year, and that was when I really fell in love with her. I really liked how different she was in those 2 dramas, but she portrayed both of them really well. She has that like 90s Hong Kong actress vibe. I am interested, and I know people praise Lighter and Princess and Blossoms in Adversity, and they are on my list. I just don't know when, if ever, that I'll get to them. I know she also has 2 dramas that I think have either just finished filming recently or like maybe hopefully are airing soon, but one is Love for You and the other is Chasing Dreams. Both romance, one's historical, one's modern, and I'm really interested in both because they're romance and also the male leads are hot, so I will be tuning in. And then last of my faves is zhao lusi. We're going with that. I've seen her in Love Like the Galaxy. You should know by now. Favorite drama. I watched it this year. And then recently I finished Love's Ambition. I have Who Rules the World on hold. Like, I've watched 14 episodes, I think. It's good. I just have it on hold right now for no reason. And then I'm also currently watching Hidden Love, which I started a few days ago. Again, I haven't watched majority of her stuff, and honestly, I'm not particularly interested in a lot of her other work. Still, I really like her as an actress, and I would love to know what she does next. You may have seen recent news that she finally got out of her old company who was mistreating her. I don't know exactly the details, but I think she has a new agency now, and very happy for her, and obviously excited for where her career goes from here, because I think due to that company, she wasn't really getting roles or good roles in recent years, because you'll see she's done a lot a few years ago, but recently she's basically only had Love's Ambitions. Hopefully now she'll get to filming a lot, because I'm sure a lot of people would love to cast her and watch her dramas, including me. And lastly, I also want to give a few honorable mentions of actresses that I like, but maybe don't like search up as often to see what they're up to. So I'm just gonna rapid fire them. One is IU, talented in like every way. Seyoung, I've mostly watched her in historical ones, but I've also seen her in Bad Memory Eraser. Yuri, who is another one that I watched a lot more when I was younger. I don't know if she's been acting as much recently, but I still like her. So-eun, who I also think hasn't acted that much recently, but if she is in anything, I'd be curious to watch. And then lastly, seyoung, who I first saw when she was like a child actress in 대장금. Recently, she's done a lot of popular stuff, like ones that I can't name because I didn't actually watch them, but I think she's a good actress. And also recently, I finished Love in the Clouds with yuxiao. I've only seen her in Love in the Clouds, but I know she has this drama coming out. I believe it's in the Hidden Love universe, but this one that I'm definitely gonna check out. And then another actress, actually, honorable mention is zhou, who I saw in Legend of the Female General this year. That's the only drama I've seen her in so far, but I do want to watch her older drama, Love Me, Love My Voice, which I've heard good things about. Again, don't know when I'll start that one, but one day. And now that we've gone over all of my faves, I have a few that I wouldn't say I like dislike any of them necessarily, but I just don't gravitate towards their projects for one reason or another. They're kind of petty reasons, honestly. I think petty reasons can also be valid to not want to watch a show. Disclaimer, this is not anything like a critique of their talent or their looks or anything. This is just my opinion. But first one is Min. My gripe with her is honestly because I saw her in Playful Kiss like 10 years ago and I really hated her character. I don't remember why. I'm pretty sure I just thought she was really annoying in the show. And because of that, it's kind of like scarred me and I just haven't been able to watch any of her things afterwards. But also, there just hasn't necessarily been a drama that she's been in that I've been really interested in. Another actress who I kind of have a gripe with because of a character that she's been in is Park Min-young, who I think in City Hunter, I never finished that so long ago, also because I thought her character was annoying. I've tried some of her dramas in more recent years. There was that one about weather and then the recent Confidence Queen. The weather one, I think I just like didn't get into it because it was boring or whatever. And then Confidence Queen, I actively didn't like her character also. I thought it was really annoying. Maybe I just don't vibe with the characters that she plays. And last one, Wang Yinglu. She's a Chinese actress and honestly, I haven't seen any of her stuff. I'm sure she's a talented actress because I think she's been doing a lot recently, but honestly, I'm just not feeling her. That's it. Those are all of my fave actresses and a couple that are not for me. I would love to know who your favorite actresses are. Are there any that you've seen all their dramas for? I would love to know dramas in general that I should check out, or some of the actresses or actors or whatever you're just not really feeling. And I would love to know why. Thank you so much for watching. I would love if you subscribe to my little drama community, and I'll see you in my next video.